Welcome to today's presentation of Emerald Rush in Donkey Kong Bonanza. This is, I believe, our 19th segment of video of Emerald Rush. The number slightly inflated by the unfortunate disconnection that we had the last time we ran the seasonal events just a few weeks ago. But we have another one today, another timed event that's just available this week to coincide with the last week of the Mario Anniversary crossover as well. That dresses up our duo here as Mario and Green Mario. It is going to be an event on the Lagoon layer, which we haven't seen yet in this series of the time challenges, although we've seen a good bit of it in Standard Emerald Rush and previously failed to crack it on difficulty level 7 many weeks ago. And it's going to be centered around a zebra. An event entitled, I believe, Lagoon Dash. Naturally, we will want to dress for the occasion. You can never quite tell going into one of these, but I do expect that this one could potentially be challenging just because of general lack of familiarity with some of the zebra tech. It's the transformation that I tend to use the least. It doesn't matter cosmetically what we put Pauline in color-wise, because of course it'll be replaced by Luigi anyway. I think we're likely to keep swimming bridges just to get ourselves out of trouble, but let's just take a look quickly. Lagoon layer, I think that's almost certainly going to remain the best choice. And as far as the tie goes, I don't necessarily think that we're going to be blowing up tons of terrain in the Lagoon layer. It's just water everywhere. But well, let's see. What makes the most sense here? Probably not invisibility. Maybe just uptime on Bananagy if it's something very transformation based. I think anything that says it works with gold should also work with emerald. We never actually bothered to check this, despite how much time I have spent in this mode. And yeah, again, cosmetically, it really doesn't matter what we're looking like now because it's shortly going to be replaced. So we'll see. This could turn out to be one of the more challenging ones, for all I know, just because, again, I pretty much never use Zebra in Emerald Rush if I can avoid it. And so if this event is built around stacking some of the very Zebra-specific tech, like the Spin Slam and Spin Shot and so on, then there might be some trouble. So we may have to just work around that. Anyway, let's go. So yeah, like I said, it's on the Lagoon layer. We're going to get Winky from Classic DKC, as well as the last of the Bonanza transformation statues. It's known this is in fact the penultimate Emerald Rush timed event. There's just going to be one more that is scheduled for the Feast layer in late September. That'll account for, at this point, all transformations, and by then also all of the available layers, I think, including 2 events that took place on DK Island. Lagoon layer can be a little bit challenging to navigate, depending on what you're building towards. I can't say that I have much familiarity with it, even after having cleared it on 5 along with all of the other layers. Taking Zebra in here will be interesting, given that Zebra, of course, comes after Lagoon in the original sequence in the game. So, okay, let's see, as Mario Big Band music kicks in, what we're going to do. I mean, obviously it gives you Zebra right out of the gate, because that's what this challenge is all about. And yeah, this banana, I think, is the one that's based on bombing and breaking things, so don't know that we'll necessarily go for that yet. But let's just see if we can get warmed up and we learn how to play this game. Now, the thing about the Emerald Rush events is that it pays off to have an extremely focused build. We don't know what to focus on just yet. It feels like we actually do, in fact, need to learn how to do some of the spin tricks, the way that we had to learn Kong armor the hard way when it was the Kong event not long ago. But this spin groove here is independent of defeating enemies, which means that it will scale with void goals, etc. So spin-based skills are active. I think we better, look at this for a moment to see how to use any of this stuff. Right now we don't even have the spin shot. And that's the thing, I always found it impossible to aim this thing. Rotate and press. Okay. I don't really know that I want to go for either of those, but... yeah, because I just don't know how to hit things with that. But if it's based on time, then maybe we can pump this a little bit. So let's go spin groove and see if we can get that out. We will need to get that skill for it as soon as we're able, though. For Lagoon, we probably do want the second barrel. And we'll probably want to figure out fossils soon as well. Now this one here is, if I'm not mistaken, underneath. This one with the ostrich. I think you actually do need to swim underneath to get it, but I don't remember if that was the one I'm thinking of. It might be. Yeah, it is. Ideally, we can get the fossil radar up and running. Like I said, fossil radar. Smashing terrain by throwing chunks of material. Looks like that might be what we wind up going for if we have spin shot that we can't aim very well and just indiscriminately throw into other terrain. So, for example, if we just spin and spin and spin, I don't know if that really... oh, that's with when you're a zebra, though, and we don't even have that yet. We don't have transformation yet. We don't have that shot. So, let's see, where was that fossil? How come... oh yeah, there it is. Oh, come on. Really? Come on. Shouldn't have taken that long to dig it out. Yeah, we still have 0 seconds on this, so we need to get a void gold then so we can get a chip, and then we need to build into the spin shot pretty much right away. Let's dig out some fossils while we're at it. First void gold. Yeah, so we'll need... well, we don't even have a good way to do this right now unless we... yeah, no, we don't have... come on. Here we go. That was rough. We got nothing going on right now, quota-wise, so we'd better do this. Smashing terrain with spin slam. We need to look at this again. I just don't know my tech very well. Holding Y while rotating L. You see, this tells you that I basically never played this in my 100% completion of Bonanza. We just never really used this stuff. But then that means we'll need to build into it. And actually, we build spin slam before spin shot then. And then maybe that's the way to do it. Okay, we are not even on quota yet, so we better figure out the buzzoids and hit the goal. Luckily, we do have a warp available.
Should we go there?
We just need to whack them. Yeah, terrible start, but we'll try not to lose in round 1 if we can help it. Okay. Okay, that should at least fill the goal, even though we can't loot them. I'll give you some chips, and then we can start to see about what we can do. Smashing terrain by throwing chunks of material. Maybe. I mean, you can defeat them with spin slam instead of spin shot as well. That might be interesting. Like, you can just kind of spin into them. We don't even have enough energy to show off the zebra yet at the moment. But it makes sense to build that skill now. Okay, and then let's get in here and grab some fossils. And we'll try that against crocoids if we're able. Defeat an enemy during zebra, yeah. We'll basically have to learn how to play zebra the hard way. And we really need a lot more emerald going on here. Interestingly enough, snake and ostrich are also available, possibly for the traversal. Maybe we should sweep those, because with the 10-round format here, of course, these are going to reset after round 3, and that's not going to be great. But yeah, we're just barely over quota at the moment. This will need some work for sure. Is that fossil? I can't see it. Oh, it's down below. It's a little bit annoying to get. Let's... We have to use the warp before we lose it at the end of this wave. We have to use it now.
Should we go there?
If we can get some emerald to charge up to zebra, that'd be great. Okay, then let's maybe go for that fossil first, if we can. Yeah, let's go for that. Now, the idea is that we're going to grab some rain, and then... No, hang on. Come on. That did not work at all. I don't know how to do this. Hang on. Tells you would never play this. Holding Y while rotating. Yeah, I mean, what do you think we're doing, right? Can never trigger this thing. Okay, this is already disastrous. We should have practiced these skills beforehand just to figure out how to work. Because I literally do not know how to play it. We spin first, then we... Oh, okay, that's how you did it. Chunk and surf. Yeah, we don't even have surf right now to go over water, which is kind of terrible. Okay. We'll at least be able to fill the goal. As long as the terrain's not so soft all over. It's kind of disastrous. So we should be lining between fossils here, but... Come on. Where even is it? Right here. Smash terrain as a zebra. Yeah, we can still try to go for this. We just have a lot of trouble playing it. And the terrain just runs out so easily because everything's so soft in this layer. And I'd like to exhaust this objective quickly so we can spawn the next objective and know where to warp. But right now we got 0 on all of this stuff. And 50 meters remaining. How come we don't have it yet? Yeah, the next one's not going to spawn in time. The next objective, rather. Okay, see the goal, please. It's not going to spawn in time. Okay. Well, let's use the warp somewhere useful then. We have 2 warps. think it makes sense to put it next to one of the traversal bananas. They're a little out of the way, though, both of them. They're very convenient. Okay, that's not great. Well, maybe we'll learn how to play Zebra by the end of this session, because I certainly don't know how to play it right now. Okay, so if we can just figure out how to... Okay, here we just jump over, tap this. Super Sprinter, I mean, we have to actually fight something. Okay. This will get a little bit of speed. Go. So why don't I just keep spinning and really give my analog stick a workout here. Break Blast, at least, it might be doable a little more easily. I mean, in the event that we're not holding anything and we need to finish off a Crocoid or something, that might be useful, but... Yeah, it looks like the idea here is that you should be using the Spin Slam to essentially... Okay, yeah, actually you can charge up the punch first, that's easier to do. Smash the Fractonium. That's not Fractonium. Where's my Fractones? Where are my Fractones? Like, anywhere. Well, we better get over here and smash some stuff first. Oh, not here. Disastrous. Yeah, you would think. But no. Yeah, you'd think we can just find a Fractone here when we're at the base. It's all... Oh, there's a Fractone. There we go. Also, you need to be the Zebra in order to Spin Slam. No wonder we just keep forgetting we have to be in the transformation. Yeah, look at that. We only had 5 seconds uptime. That's awful. Absolutely awful. But give us some terrain like that, maybe? Yeah, but you have to fire it first, then spin it. But without hitting anything. And like, spinning sticks is just such an awkward input. Use the barrel cannon. There was one in the area. It was over here. There was one over here too, I think. I don't know. This must have been... Yeah, this landing over here, actually. Okay. Oh, no. Get over here. Missed the barrel. I'm gonna do a bit of the Spin Slam, but it's not much going on so far. Yeah, it just resets all the bananas. This has been really quite dreadful. Like, yeah. Yeah, we need to actually defeat enemies with them, which means we should use the barrel cannon first and get an objective. Whoop, nope, wrong button. Wrong button, and then what a disaster. Okay, this could take some work. Dive punch like this. Muscle memory's been failing me here. From lack of practice. We did noticeably pump the overall Void Gold reward a little bit at least with some of the spinning, but it's not very much so far. Let's see where the next goal is. Okay. This is too soft. Come on. Oh yeah, if not, it's a zebra. Keep forgetting. Like, okay. There we go. It's very awkward. Like, you can do some of the slamming like this, but then where even are the salvager monkeys? There's a whole set that should be here. I remember from the very early game, but yeah, because this is where you enter the lair, right? And don't you just see a whole bunch of them in the vicinity? Where are they? As always, there we go. Yeah, we got 16 seconds on this, which is not much at all. We'll get a decent percentage on it, I suppose, but the enemy is spin slam. I mean, can we? Oh, actually, that's not bad. Times 160 for doing that, just from random buzzoids on the map. It's just that we can't really hit them very well. Anyway, we need to warp out of here in a moment. We can try spin shot as well. And again, not very focused. It would be nice if we could do some treasure hunting with the spin slam, but the spin slam is so hard to execute. Yeah, let's diversify it. We'll definitely need to, first of all, build this. We have lots of chips that we're not using. Rotate and hurl, but it's so hard to aim this thing. And we don't have Break Blast as part of the build yet anyway, so let's see. The goal is up here. Okay, I feel like we could be in this for the long haul today, just from total lack of familiarity with mechanics. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Can we spin and throw? Okay, but let's... Nope. Okay, you can actually set up and hold this row while you're spinning. That gives me, like, no bonus, but... Yeah, in general, I just don't like the spinning input. It's very awkward to execute. But it looks like this entire level is designed around it. And so maybe we can do the peekaboopoid section down in the lowest part of the layer. Maybe that's a trick. Okay. That did nothing. Yeah. Okay. Smash the lumps. I can't even smash this stuff. We might actually need Kong Bonanza to just hit stuff around here, but yeah, this has been a disaster run, but we'll gotta figure it out. Well, somebody thinks it's a good choice at least. And then I got no energy either for Zebra. Regardless. And the descriptive is, how are the 39k challenges? I have not touched them since the first week that they were available, so we do still need to do the remaining Bonanza ones. Given the apparent difficulty of the Zebra challenge that we're seeing here, where I am nowhere close to figuring out how to execute this. This is our first run, but it feels very far away. I don't think I'll get to it today, but we'll definitely stream it this week. We'll definitely do things like the 0 skill boss rush and 0 skill finale level and everything. I've been looking forward to that, in fact. So it'd be nice to dedicate some time to it. Smashing terrain by throwing. Yeah, fundamentally, I don't know how to execute the zebra skills. Yeah. Let's see here. Middle of the overhang. That's such an awkward location. That's a really awkward location. Yeah, this place here, you have to climb towards it. And it's not even clear where the best warp for it is. Usually I think I'd fall down to this section. Oh, that's a terrible location. I might even re-roll it. But then, yeah, I have to remember how to traverse this stage because maybe I had to fall down here. And follow the waterfall down below. Let's do that, actually. Oh no, this is not the place at all, actually. That's why you need Snake and Ostrich on this level, because you otherwise end up with this thing in the middle of nowhere. I think I'm going to hit a fossil and re-roll it. That's terrible. I don't know how to get there at all. We're so out of practice. And to think I attempted this layer on 7 before. I mean, we cleared it on 5 like everything else, but I found it really quite hard on 7 just for navigational reasons. Well, maybe we can just smash some things. Oh, I forgot to re-roll that, like I said it would. Yeah, it's such an awkward input. And descriptives, I think you know by now I don't live in the US. I thought that had been well established, but I understand you follow like 2,000 channels and it's hard to keep track. Where's that fossil? Down here in that little one? Okay, unfortunately we need to use this for a reroll. I am not going to do that top objective. That's ridiculous. That location is god-awful. F5 and eel, that's fine, that's easy enough. We're at the gong, surely. Oh no, not at the gong. We need to go to the Elder Courts. There we go.
Should we go there?
Actually, I don't know if the DK Challenge card is available in my region. I know what you're talking about. The physical reward for completing the challenge, because I did mean to look into that. It would be nice. I mean, I don't like to be too inundated with collectibles, but if I earned it, then why not? I'm completely lost for this challenge. Like this, I think if you know how to do the spin shot, then that gives you a bit of an advantage for buzzoids. I've never known how to actually aim this thing though, like whether you can do a hold aim for the spin shot and still have it qualify. Because then the buzzoid kills make a certain amount of sense. And I'm not even over quota right now, like we're just going to die on this wave. Here we go. At least we know this location. But at least the void goals have a big hefty reward because we have been stacking this spinning groove, so that at least has been working. But not much else has. And we're constantly out of juice for the zebra as well. Smash some concrete. Well, we'll need some rocks for that. Oh, we should have picked up the Kong Bonanza. And it's going to reset after round 6 too, so it's going to be dreadful. Because this whole level is designed around having Kong Bonanza, and so we would need to grab some stone here. Grab some. Come on. Okay. 100 of concrete, we're nowhere near that. At least that gets us over quota. At least the quota's going okay. Spin groove and void goals, like that actually works. But we need to do more terrain smashing, and I just don't know how spammy we need to be about the spin input. Okay. Because we don't even have the zebra up and running. Moments. Smash the emerald lumps. Oh, it's actually just back here. We were just there. Convenient.
I knew we could do it.
Yeah, you think that the challenge cards are actually US only. Interesting. That is unfortunate. I hadn't looked that up specifically. I'm surprised that it's not there for Japan either. That's okay. We'll get our user profile icons and whatever else gets distributed in the weeks ahead. Okay, so we should probably do this setup for spin shot in case I do in fact figure it out. We do really need to figure it out. Squealoids. Okay, now squealoids are on the ground. This may be a good way to finally get that spin slam bonus that we've been finding it impossible to execute. Let's get up here.
Should we go there?
Grab some terrain and just let them charge into us. Let's grab these bananas while we're at it. Beat. Okay. Oh, no, you see? I can't even spin into these. Like, it's so hard to do. The hold Y while spinning, like it just never executes reliably. And we also need to not toss them out into space because then we can't loot them. There we go. Only times 300 though, but at least we got the spin down. That did not register, I don't think, but we're getting a lot of treasure off with the spin bonus at least, finally. Come on, spin. There we go. That's 300. There we go. It's not very much. It's not going to get us to 1,000,000 yet. But let's keep going with this idea. Because it pumps all the goals. Which may be what we need. Oh, I also need zebras to do this properly. And you see, it doesn't break anything. Okay. You know what? Let's try the spin shot. There we go, 200. Okay. So you actually can hold the shot and then spin while you're targeting. That's how you're supposed to do a spin shot. I played, what, 150 hours or something of Bonanza, and I've never figured this out until this point. And then Spin Groove is going to get up to 99%. It's the next level. I think we'll... Ooh, that's a big boost over here, though. Smashing Terrain. That's for the spin shot, obviously. If you want to do it that way... Let's take it. Because then we can actually do it for things like concrete breaking or even the... Come on. Come on. No, couldn't get the spin. That's only times 25. There you get it. Okay, we need to high-five that monkey, but... Yeah. Yeah, in general, I find Zebra just so incredibly awkward to play, but...
I knew we could do it.
We are nowhere near quota, or the 1,000,000. It's very difficult to see how we'll stack it that high. Well, right now we're a bit unfocused. Like, we've got kind of a terrain build and an enemy build going on. We really do need to pick one and stick with it. And, yeah, Dr. Cliche, Zebra. And I didn't have the transformation, but it's a snake. It's a snake, right? But we don't have a snake currently, so we do have the mushrooms, however, because of the Mario event. Okay, let's figure out what are we doing here. Guess maybe we should do that for turn smashing. So I think spin shot, given a number of Buzzoid objectives, spin shot, if we can actually learn how to start throwing it accurately, may be a viable path. It's tricky, but... Oh, luckily we got a checkpoint objective right here. Yeah, okay, so... high five to the elevator. Hang on, let's warp it down to... The one very reliable location that we know about for the elevators is down by the Elder. And Mario, first of all, I have not completed a DK challenge. I've been putting it off, and I'll do it this week. Because it has conceptually always sounded like exactly the kind of thing I wanted out of this game anyway, was that I thought the finale level was too lenient on a player, and I also thought that if there's one thing about this game that I thought was a bit lacking was that all the bosses seemed like they went down instantly. And so having the boss rush with 0 skills and the finale level with 0 skills sounds ideal. We were just discussing that I might not actually have access to the challenge cards if I'm outside of the United States, which is a nuisance, but one that we will live with because it is the principle of the thing. So yeah, look at that. We've got a few rounds to go. We're nowhere even close to 1 million or even 100k, so that is not working out. However, if we take the disc and we spin slam with it, because the disc isn't going to break, this is an interesting thought. Why don't we just eliminate everything with the disc? Look at that, we got a good amount of raking over here, and yeah, actually, no, this is the way to do it. This is the way to do it, because the disc is invulnerable, so you can, it doesn't get lost as soon as you start spinning like punch. Spin, spin, spin. Okay, I think we have the trick, actually. I found a trick too late, but we will keep this trick in mind for next time. Come on. Come on. It's so hard to set up the spin. The input just doesn't go. I generally do not like spin inputs. That's why I don't play Zangief or something, you know, it's just... does not work out. Oh, we don't have Zebra anymore, no wonder. No wonder it wasn't working. Okay. Yeah. There we go. That's much better. Look at that. Now we're in business. It's just too late. But if we just smash all the terrain using the disc spin, totally wreck my newly repaired analog stick while we're at it, we might be getting somewhere. There's still, okay, there's still 2 crocoids here on this objective. Come on. Spin, spin, spin. So hard to spin it. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, this is going to be a risk to my thumb and my stick. Because the awkward input here. Oh, wait, we've got lost Zebra. Okay, let's get Zebra back up. No, let's not lose it. Well, okay, the disc will come back. Fine. But that's actually how you do it. You use an indestructible object like the stick. And then make sure we have enough loot available to finally finish this objective. Like, yeah, come on. There we go. Oh, send it into space, but times 815. Okay, this is now looking a lot more promising. Feet Buzzoids, that will have to be spin shot though, because they're in the air. So, well, that was a sudden insight. That when in doubt, we can just pick up the disc and then smash things with that wherever
Should we
possible.
go there?
Anyway, this will be a moment to see if we know how to spin shot. But I'll need to reload the zebra to do it. Yeah, there you go, the spin shot. Well, it's like what the Kong armor won a couple of events ago, that never too late to finally learn some more Bonanza mechanics. This late in playing the game. It'll give us more flexibility for zebra builds in Emerald Rush generally. We haven't been doing Break Blast at all, so I'm not going to bother with that. We'll just take this one. Grab some of these. Then we need to deal with the Buzzoids. Buzzoids will... Yeah. So... Does that count as a spin shot? It was way over there, but yes, it does count. 800... Oh. All the way into space. Yeah. Okay. Let's spin shot the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, you aim to throw first, then you spin. That's the way to do it. Except, again, I sent it to the middle of nowhere. And then you can also smash terrain with it. So, for example... Oh, that's iron. We can't smash with it. But checkpoints. Where's the flag? We can just warp to a flag.
Should we go there?
Just warp to any flag, whatever. Sounds like I'm saying the word bonanza rather than the stylistically correct bonanza. Yeah, we'll have to fix that now, won't we? Okay, now let's see what to do here. Well, sure. And we might as well hit the next warp if we're able. We're clearly not going to make the million here. We might not even make the 80k or whatever it is, but at least I figured out something about the level in the course of playing it, and we may even survived around minimally, which, well, is what it is. Yeah, because... Oh, you know what? Let's see, where do we need to warp? Crocoids in the outskirts. Oh, that's such a dreadful location. I remember having a lot of trouble with this location when we were trying to get it. Yeah, because you need to go through this pit in the upper level. Down here. And I have no warps right now, so I basically have to take it the long way. Which you think isn't an issue with zebra. Oh, peekaboo points. Let's actually take those. I was looking for those. Because you can get a nice big bonus off of them, perhaps. Not. Except, of course, I lost my terrain that I was trying to use for smashing, and that was awful. Okay. Well, we're not actually going to have an easier way down. I'm going to grab this banana down here just for the sake of a banana. Okay, yeah, it is around time. We're obviously not going to make much of this, but we'll... I should have gotten some punch power, actually, just to... Because actually I've been underspending my chips. I've got so many chips and we haven't been spending them, and we should in fact be powering up. Punch power and uptime, specifically. That's what we need for this one. So yeah, we've been suboptimal throughout. Okay. And we need to recharge the zebra. Come on, spin, spin, spin. There we go. Okay, times 1,000, you see, it could be worse. Spin, spin, spin. This is so hard to execute. Spin, 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 spin. Spin slam is just awful. I can't believe how hard it is just to get at the trigger. But this is what we're going for, that kind of bonus. We actually nearly made to 100k. Like, if we figured out what to do, basically, maybe 2 rounds earlier than we did, maybe we could have had a shot. But alas. Smash some plutonium. Well, we might as well get that objective. Crack guns are just going to be in the middle here somewhere. Anywhere. At the shelter as well, because there's the concierge. Here we go. That at least gets us over 100k. We're a factor of 10 off of what we need. So this will take a lot of refinement. But spin groove is the way to go. It's just that we have a lot of trouble with the basic mechanics of stacking it. But we did figure out a lot of how to make it work over the course of this level. Break Blast, I think we'll just ignore. We're not using it at all.
Should we go there?
And then it's going to be Spin Shot versus Buzzoids. So it is worthwhile to take Spin Shot. Oh, we're not getting anything done. 10 seconds, yeah. I mean, there's only one Buzzoid, but let's just take it and we got the times 87 because we didn't spin. Okay, so that was a terrible run, but we survived. We made it over the line for Winky, I think, but we are a long ways off of the million. However, we did understand a thing or two about what to do, and that's important. We will probably still have to re-roll that objective that's in the overhang because that was unreasonable. Yeah, because some of this, we can kind of carve the fat off of the ones we're not really using. I think fighting with Spin Slam is kind of bad, although it was good against the Krogoids, but in the area where we were fighting them with the discs, but that's just one area, and I think in general, for defeats, we actually still want to go Spin Shot now that we have a better idea of how to aim it. At the same time, we do need Spin Slam for stacking the Spin Groove buff, because Spin Groove is pretty much the entire game here. Getting this up to, as you can see, probably about, I don't know, 9k% or so. And yeah, we'll just need to figure out how the combat skills are going to work with it. More vanadium chips we don't need. Incidentally, because this is very easily missable, the Mario crossover music track is purchasable from Squawks for 999 chips. I actually figured that out after my first run of the Mario event back in June or July. But it wasn't obvious to me that that actually was a permanently collectible piece of music, and is almost certainly missable after this week. So yeah, didn't get over to 500k or the million that we need, but we will figure it out. I think we still retain Zebra uptime. But do we want to do anything different about the tide? No, I mean, having uptime on Zebra has been an issue, and I was underspending the chips. So if we're filling so many goals, we need to work on Bonanza uptime and punch power. So let's try again. Yeah, because that whole run we were underspending the chips anyway, and so there's a lot more we could be doing. But Spin Groove plus Void Goal looks like the way. We were definitely having all kinds of traversal issues.
Ready. Go! We gotta find them. You can transform.
And yeah, spin groove right from the beginning. That's what we need. Then let's figure out as many of the more proximate bananas here as we can. Let's grab the ones that are literally low-hanging fruit.
You scored a skill.
We will need barrel. 2 barrels for sure. Not more than 2, I don't think, but this is for one of the first layers in the game. The first real layer in the game. Impressively difficult to navigate. And then we should make sure that when we do have things like the turf circles and such, that we are going fossil to fossil to stack up more buffs more efficiently, which last time we did not do a very admirable job of at all. So yeah, where's my fossil? Here it is. Super Sprinter, probably. Forager's not bad, but we are going to try to do some spin shot combat, I think. Who was that fossil here? It's so hard to see. Okay, there we go. And we'll continue spin groove for the time being, probably. And then, oh, fossil. We'll hit the first void goal as soon as we can. Defeat enemy with Spin Slam isn't really happening, except for that one segment we have with the Crocoids. It's too hard to set up. Do we want a limited buff against enemies? Maybe. Well, no, it's not much of a boost that we need for later. Like, it's just going to be a drop in the bucket at the moment. 400 seconds. It's about 4 waves, though, maybe. Oh, no, 200 seconds. It's about 2 waves. No. We'll take this anyway. And then fossil over on that side. And we'll get more spin groove going. Because spin groove plus void goal is the trick. Now there is a rope to climb over here. Actually, that's how you get up to the overhang. I'd forgotten all about that. We should go here. Completely forgot that that's the way to do it. Oh, come on, climb.
Let's give it a try.
Okay, so it's going to be Buzzoids, so I better take this stuff out first. I don't need that many barrels, but we do need chips to get the spin slam or the spin shot going at all, which we just don't have yet. So that's sort of an investment in the future. We will need to warp to the first goal, which is going to be over here.
Should we go there?
Okay, let's make sure we aim at them from a lootable angle if we can. Not that it matters too much right now, but we'll take it. And then we will want to set up fighting with spin shot, especially against Buzzoids. Which means we should take it now. And then use it immediately against the first set of Crocoids, which are going to be... we've got 20 seconds left. Do we want to loot anything here before we float down? Too far away from the bananas over there. I think it makes sense to just go now. Down to the bridge. And get this one out of the way.
Should we go there?
Okay. So the thing is, crocodiles, you need to break them first, and then hit. Oh. Come on, spin shot. Spin shot. So difficult to spin. But you just circle on this stick. How could it possibly be this tricky? That didn't register it at all. You did take spin shot, right? Yeah. Come on. Spin. What do we got? Not really. 1.5. I don't think that counted. How is it that tricky to get it to register? But anyway. Maybe we should be doing Break Blast. Because we can actually execute it. Yeah, how come it's so hard to do? Because you need to charge up. Yeah, because that did it. But now we need to surf. Also, at this point, we are going to grab the other spin tech. Oh, no chips yet. So after this goal. And again, we should be going fossil if we can, just to break some more stuff. Yeah, well, we'll need to actually execute that. That was a problem. Let's get the general buff first. Now, the disc does do a lot of wonders if we can set up for it properly. And might as well shake this thing out now if we can. Smashing Train during Zebra Bonanza, yes, I think. And previously we were going Swirl Forager as well for smashing, but we'll see what we can do, particularly with the disc. If we used a disc, we may actually be able to do something here. It's just that on the Lagoon there isn't that much terrain to break. Really, except maybe in the uppermost parts. Smash the emerald lumps. Oh, it was right here. We were in the right place at the right time. Smash some Fractonium. I mean, where are my Fractones anyway? Should have been right here. There they are. Smack him in the face. Okay, the spin groove, however, we have not been able to set up yet. We need to do it. We need to start actually stacking that thing. And luckily, we can stack that very well using the disc because it does not break. So, okay. Well, come on. I can't believe how difficult it is to use this thing. Just, okay. Still only in 1 second. Spin slam. It's so difficult. Like, just can't spin this thing. It's such a waste of my time, but this is why we never ever played the spin inputs pretty much throughout the entire run in Bonanza, because they're just so hard to execute. Anyway, we can surf over to the barrel cannon or something and at least get that out of the way.
I knew we could do it.
Maybe we'll just do a break blast build because it might actually be playable.
Wanna try it?
Yeah, spin shot. I mean, we can still go spin shot for enemies, perhaps. And hope for the best. Salvager monkeys should be pretty close. Where are they? Okay, let's try the spin shot thing here. But we need enough energy for... Yeah, we're not stacking a spin group at all. That's the problem with this run right now. Why we're doing so poorly. We need a lot more emerald first, so we can actually stack zebra. Then we can get over here. We'll fight those buzzoids afterwards. Am I even over quota right now? Yes, I am. Okay, just barely. Okay, so let's see if we can do it. Come on, just so hard to aim this thing. We just have no problem aiming the throw at all, but when you combine it with a spin, it's, you know, it delays your throw as well, and it's just awkward all around. It did not count as a spin shot, I don't think. And then you get smacked. Spin. There we go. That's 4. That's nothing. Got nothing going on here. Like, I mean, we have the skill, don't we? Oh, no wonder we had some... we didn't actually build Spin Slam. I tried to build it earlier. No wonder we couldn't smash anything with the disc. Because I tried to build this earlier, and it didn't go... because we didn't have enough chips at the time. And now I have enough chips, and I forgot to build it. Okay, that was a huge blunder. No wonder we could do anything. See, now that's how it's supposed to look. And then we can get back to the disc and maybe build some things. Regardless, the next thing is middle of the overhang, which is terrible. I actually just want to re-roll that one, I think. Just like last time, because I do not want to deal with it. I'm just going to re-roll it. Okay. Come on. See, there we go. That's actually hitting for times 100. That's what happens when you actually execute correctly. Come on. We probably do want stuff like long-range forager for precisely these reasons. Let's go some more bananas. Where's my bananas? Down here. Oh, it's this thing. Okay. It's actually not great either. We'll try to stack that. Now, high five a little elevator will go down to the Elder Courts.
Should we go there?
Take care of that. What am I even doing on quota? Am I disastrously under?
Cleared it.
A little bit over, not very much. Let's do this. Okay. We can probably smash some concrete. You see, with the disc, you can actually spin like crazy and then start stacking properly. Yeah, no wonder we just totally blew the opportunity to stack the what's it? The spin groove as much as we should have. See, this is what it's supposed to look like. Then we can smash some concrete just by taking it up with us. Spinning into it. Just chipping into some more at 11 remaining. Come on, let's do it.
I knew we could do it.
Yeah, last time we actually stacked the spin slam really high for the crocoid area. We won't have that to benefit us this time, but because I thought the spin shot would be easier to execute, and it's really not. Just couldn't get much going with it. Okay.
Let's give it a try. That's a wrap.
Yeah, we'll eventually need to do spin shot properly, but the squealoids. Where are the squealoids? They are way out of the way. Some bosses first. Where's my disc? Actually, once you get the spin slam going, you can just kind of hold in that direction, and then you don't need to keep spinning. Once you just need to charge it up first, and then you can actually hold in that direction of travel, and it goes by itself. Much easier to execute because you only need to spin repeatedly. Okay, learning basic mechanics of the game this far in. It's turned out to be helpful. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to execute it. You start to spin, and once the spin groove, or rather, once the spin slam gets going, you just hold in a direction of travel and stop trying to twirl the stick. Now, if only we could find an easy execution method like that for
Should we go there?
the spin shot as well, which we want to use for combat. So yeah, no spin slam here. We want to throw at them for sure. See, much better uptime on the spin group now. Oh wait, no, I'm not in zebra yet. I need to get in zebra first. Okay. And then of course, that one pops way off to the side and becomes unlootable. Okay, got it. Getting somewhere with melon. Not bad. Let's get that monkey. Oh, made the same mistake last time in this same location here too, I think. Bosses everywhere. Oh yeah, we need to do the punch power at some point. Anyway, let's still go spin groove. And yeah, punch power, and then uptime for sure. And bit energy. Yeah, I don't think we really need anything else. In fact, we just need punch power and uptime, and we're probably okay. Salvager monkeys are close. Where are they? One right here. There we go. Okay, let's continue to try to do spin shots. Although I'm kind of regretting it. But, well, we committed, so let's just do it. Hit a checkpoint. We were pretty close to one. Let's see what we can do. I don't even know what wave I'm on. I hadn't been paying attention. Okay. Oh, little elevator. That's gonna be back in the disc area. Yeah, that's great. Actually, let's just go down now. Because then we can grab the disc and start smashing terrain again.
Should we go there?
We should actually maybe have taken Surf as well, just in case we need to cross water with it when we're holding something as the zebra. But maybe. We'll see. Okay. Oh, crocodiles, here we go. We will want spin shots. Yeah. There we go. 1200. That's what we're looking for. Okay. Yeah, we do need to unshield them first, but then the second hit will do nicely. Come on. The throw is not working at all. The disc was too big. Oh, that did not go. Did not count. I can never tell when I'm actually in the spinning state. Okay, one hit first, and then misses. Misses. And of course it just dies the low percentage way. I don't see why the zebra has to be so fussy to execute. All the skill set here. Oh, we're not even in zebra right now, no wonder. Lost uptime on that. You need to stop losing track of that when it happens. No wonder I have so much trouble with it. Not paying attention to when we're not a zebra. That's still not the 1000% that we're looking for. That's better. Need to read the visual cue for it when we actually have this skill up and running, because we squandered a lot of potential gains there. Now we are well ahead of the previous pace that we had though, so that's at least encouraging. But we need to get that disc and then get some more uptime going. The spins. Oh. Record is still out here. There we go. Defeat the Buzzoids. We'll need to warp over to them. We wasted a lot of time here. Yeah, this location here.
Should we go there?
Okay, this is a time for Spin Shot to shine and for us to launch the Buzzoids into the middle of nowhere and totally fail to loot them. really hard to see up close, like if I'm actually in the sufficient spin to hit them. Nope, only 59. That's clearly not it. We should be getting several thousand here. There we go, or 1,000, I guess. Which is disappointing in its own way. Get the checkpoints. We were near one, weren't we? Or we'll just warp the one. Or we'll just clear out some fossils on the way to one, perhaps. That might be more sensible at this point. Of course, I missed the fossil completely, even though it's right beside me. Okay. Didn't even manage to loot that. Okay, that was disastrous. Okay, we just need to fill the goal. Where is this? Get a checkpoint. It's right here. Here we are. Very awkward. Yeah, once the spin gets going, you just point. You have to remember that. Oh. Did well for ourselves with a peekaboo boys at least. Let's take out a bunch of them. Then crocoids are all the way down. Oh, over here, yeah. The dreadful location. Right, because previously we went down from above to drop below. That's actually a terrible path. Let's just take it this way instead. And then make the climb once we get some fossils along the way as well. Zero can take us across the water, which is nice. Oh, we should probably get the big fossil at some point, but those are a little fussy. Okay. Let's... Okay, easy. 1,500. That's more like it. That's more like it. We should actually improve our ability to loot as well. Let's get some of this stuff, all else. Also, can I get the next goal before the wave is over? Nope, we can't, but Fractonium's easy. Now, we are well ahead of where we were previously, but maybe we're still about one wave short when it comes to timing. Okay, so at this point, let's take some more fossils. We'll continue to go for spin shots where we're able, especially against buzzoids. That'll be effective. Where's this thing? There we go. Buzzoids. Yeah, let's go fast and get over there. And remember to actually beat a zebra before we attempt to throw everything into them. In fact, this was the goal that we lost on last time, so we're actually well ahead of pace. Look at that. About 2,000. Now, at this point, Green Scene actually is going to last the rest of the level, so we should take it. This is a peak of food point area. And then more squealoids over here. Great. Let's do that. Oh, come on. Could not get the spin going. Here we go. Nope, that didn't count. Okay, let's just try to make sure we get a spin. Nope, missed. Nope. Still no. We got the goal at least. I can never really tell if it's going to properly register as what we need. We better warp to the crocodile location if we have any barrels. Do we have any barrels? Yes, we did. Oh, they're actually just right here. We'll, let's go. It's just a one crocodile, in fact. Okay. Now let's try to hit it somewhere lootable. Reposition with it. We can get the spin slam. Or the spin shot, rather. Nope. Too soft material. Nope. Didn't get it. But we got the goal, at least. The goal might matter more at this point if we can stack it high enough. I don't think we'll make a million necessarily. It's not enough time, but we'll see what we can do. Lumps. Oh, that's the awkward location. That's fine. I kind of wish we had snake at this point, but we didn't take it. Serves me right.
Should we go there?
But we do need a goal, so let's do it. Okay, and then maybe double jump with a chunk. No, I missed it. We gotta climb it. Such an awkward location. Yeah, we're not gonna be on pace, I don't think. I'm not gonna do this. It takes way too much time. Let's see. Do we have the next goal? We don't. Well. Maybe we can do it. Grab a banana at least. Oh, we're waiting for the next objective to come up. It's gonna be crocodiles, right? So let's fight them. Yeah, the build is still a little bit too unfocused in terms of whether we're going for kills or going for brain. Still a little too unfocused. I'm still not even going to get to the 500k, in fact, so this will still take some work. But we did make a few blunders that time, like thinking that I had Spin Slam and not having it, and therefore not charging up the buff nearly as much as I thought I should have. Let's get Zebra up. So we can hit this, and then, well, nope, I failed. Yeah, that didn't go, but this will take a bit of refinement.
We did it! We're amazing!
Long way to go. So spin shot only works if you actually hit things in the spinning state, and I found it very difficult to set up. But the thing is, we can go spin shot combat or spin slam combat. And the thing about spin slam combat is that it works against everything grounded, but not the buzzoids. But at least we figured out how to move directionally with the spin slam, which is important, because that could make it more viable as an option. I mean, this run was viable. It's just that we made too many mistakes that slowed down the pace. But the build itself is maybe not the problem. But I definitely felt the lack of some of the spin slam on that one. But getting the banana energy and the punch power up is pretty impactful, and we have to remember to do that when we do have the chips. Like I said, I expected this one to be challenging just from lack of familiarity with Zebra, and that is actually exactly what has happened. No. We don't know how to play Zebra well enough to stack the spin groove, because it was several rounds in before I even got spin groove past the ×1 that time, and that's entirely on being too late to actually taking the spin slam. And spin slam stacks it much better than spin shot because it's continuous over longer stretches, so it should be the priority. Perhaps. We'll see how the first round goes here. Okay, let's go under. And then I'm gonna start clearing some fossils until the goal comes up. Okay. And this one takes too long. Here we go. Yeah, the spin shot, spin slam. Maybe we go spin slam first. Well, I don't know, because again, we haven't really committed to, are we doing a terrain strategy or are we doing a combat strategy? And let's try to spin slam this time to see if we can do something a little bit different. We'll need a bit of both. Need both for sure. There's a fossil I was going for. Right here between the boats. We'll basically need both as an option, I think. I don't want to spread out too thin. Okay, buzzoids are going to be first, and we'll go up to them now.
Should we go there?
Just to speed through more objectives. We need that first round of chips, essentially, because the chips get us some of the essential skills in order. Yeah, I don't remember what kind of enemy was next, but let's go spin slam first this time because we have the terrain buff for it as well. Let's do it a little bit differently. We need a general zebra multiplier if we can. Then, yeah, they're down by the bridge. Let's make sure we can warp there in good time. I wonder if we should take something like Snake just with a traversal, but just that fossil. It's some annoying location that I can't see here. Let's just warp down. Let's just warp down. And then let's get into a position where we actually have some... Oh, you know what? No, we'll use the disc. We'll use the disc. We can use it
Should we go there?
right away. Because then we can just point in their general direction and then... Look at that. That works. It works well. Yeah, it's actually easier to execute than spin shot if you know what you're doing. Which we're not consistent about, but we're trying to make it happen. There. Because you can just carve the terrain using the disc. Okay, much better round one than last time, for sure. Now, the thing about Turf Surf with this as well... Also, we need to take Spin Shot just in case, but we don't have enough chips for it yet. Is that... Turf Surf can be done just fine. Oh. Didn't mean to throw the disc. That's too bad, we lost it. But we'll probably do some Spin Slam in the area to charge it up. I do think we should get Forager as multiplier though. Okay. Let's just go Fossil to Hustle here. Just get a general multiplier so we have some flexibility. We'll do some terrain smashing with the disc to the extent that we can. Let's go Forager for it actually. Let's see if we can get this work. Even idle lumps are way out of... Oh, actually no, they're right here. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay. See, now we can really charge things up. Come on. Just get the spin going and then we can just slice and slice and slice. And we get a nice big uptime multiplier. As you can see on the Void Gold multiplier, every second that increments by quite a bit. Of course, I lost it now, so let's get over to a Fractonium location that we know about. Since we have the warps to do it, we'll just go over to one of the shelters. There was one over here in the middle too, but whatever. Let's take something we know. This one's maybe a little out of the way, but that's okay. We have more warps available. We also have lots of chips at this point. We should use that to our advantage. And yeah, much better spin stacking at this point. than before. Which means we're going to spend a few here. Oh yeah, I still didn't have spin shot. See, this is the mistake that I made with spin slam last time, that we thought we took it, but I didn't have enough chips, and then I forgot to take it afterwards. So, very important before we get into fights with that. And then we'll need punch power at some point too. Just to ease our way through concrete and other such materials. Use the barrel cannon. Well, no use warping into that. Well, we could. Just to move into an easier position. Sure. Okay. Feels like we're in much better shape, but mistakes can happen. Let's just keep going. If I salvage a monkey, aren't they right here? They're somewhere close. Anyway. But, oh, hang on, let's defeat some of these. There we go, 152. That, you see, that's when you know it actually triggered. But it is difficult to set up. Do some smashing whenever possible. South Reservoir, that's right here. This Buzzoid, so spin slam won't be the relevant ability here, but didn't get the spin. Yeah. Nope, only times 24. Very difficult to see reliably if we have that count as a spin shot. Usually because my camera's also a bit too zoomed in to see the stage of animation on the character itself to see if it counts as spinning. That's why the spin and beat against Crocoids and the Squealoids will be a lot better, I think. Much more reliable if we can do it. Okay, you know what? Oh, didn't mean to go that one, but okay. There's a punch power over there that we could pick up just naturally in the wild. Maybe we should. Not awkward situation here. Hang on, no. Oh, the next one is the one that's middle of the overhang, which is the terrible one that we don't like very much. And probably won't bother with. Here's a fossil. Here we go. Yeah, we're gonna sack this one too. Dump that goal because I'm not doing it. So far out of the way. Now we are doing a lot better than before. I shouldn't lose sight of that. Oh yeah, this is the jump shots. That's if you go through here. Let's, before we do anything else, get punch power as well. Although the idea here is that we blow this up and then grab this. Continue stacking that in case we occasionally finally manage to hit with it. As uncommon as that has been. A little elevator. Yeah, we're going back down for that. I don't know if we want any of the other bonanzas. Probably not. Although it makes sense. No, we want to roll as many goals as we can. I was thinking, oh, why don't we just come some fossils first before we go down? But we actually do want to go down and grab the disc again because that's going to be much more helpful. Smash from concrete. Yeah, there's a bunch in the area. We'll go over to the other part. Come on, get over there. Oh, come on. Disaster. Okay, that's fine. Well, now we no longer have the disc for smashing concrete, so. Grab this, please. Could be worse, I guess. And then the squeaload objective was somewhere completely different. Let's grab this fossil and back first. But for squealoids, we'll want to go spin slam as well, I think. So awkward. The input is just really not great. Anyway.
Should we go there?
Let's not waste time. So yeah, rather than go throw, we'll go with the spin slam for this one. It does mean I need 0 first. Hit some big percentage on that one, but didn't quite see what. Oh, come on. Well, so much for getting anything off of those. But the treasure's nice. So we have that much to go with at least. Speaking of which, let's continue to improve energy and punch power. That will at least help, even if we're not executing any of the specific skills that we need. Okay. Okay, so high five soldier monkey. There was one right here. wasn't there? Like, right here? Hello. Yeah.
I knew we could do it.
Checkpoint, we're right here. Alright, spin. It's so hard to spin this thing. That's okay. If we're going back to the elevator, then we use the disc again.
Should we go there?
We don't need to worry about durability. We do potentially need to worry about not having enough terrain to break, but we'll see what we can do. Oh yeah, this is the... Okay, now this is our time to shine. Come on, spin. There we go. Finally. Come on. Looking a lot better. Come on, spin. Really awkward to execute that. One more to go. Much better than trying to spin shot though, where we just we were very inconsistent about whether we would actually hit the bonus at all. This time we actually hit the bonus for all 5 kills. So already over 100k on round 6, which is where we got on our first attempt at round 10, so well ahead of pace in terms of matching that, but we do still have a long way to go for the million. Okay, we should probably pump collecting as well when we can, but... No, that's okay. Banana energy is probably more important at the moment. Collecting will come. And while we didn't build heavily into spin shot, we can still try it against a Buzzoid objective, which we should be going for here. We can even do a little more terrain smashing here before we proceed, just to pump the bonuses up. But so long to get that going. Yeah, you kind of had to do a 720 on the stick, and then after that, like a 720 on a stick, and then you push in the direction you want. You think that after all the dench attack that we played recently, that'd be better practice at doing stuff like that, but apparently not. Anyway, let's get over there and fight. Yeah, at this point, we got a decent bonus. We should just look into those goals and run through them as quickly as we can. Nope, that did not get a bonus. That did get a bonus. So yeah, the 720 is actually kind of what you need to charge up. We need to know that kind of thing systematically if we can. Checkpoint, we're close to one, I thought. Over here, yeah, we can grab some stuff on the way, I guess. Oh, no wonder Kong Bonanza is still out. We're still on round 6. We're doing well for round 6. I don't think we'll make it necessarily, but to the Kong Bonanza rather, not that we need it. Oh yeah, we'll get it. We'll get the checkpoint too.
It's bonanza time.
Maybe even in time to see the next objective for the next warp. Okay, as long as we don't die, this run looks like it might be promising. I like that we've got a stronger foraging build this time. Yeah, especially against stuff like crocoids. Let's warp to it. Oh yeah, it's this awkward location. That's okay, we'll climb up from here.
Should we go there?
We might have been closer to the other path for it, but that's okay. The fact that our round 6 outpaced our first round 10 is a very good sign. Yeah. Oh yeah, we need to recharge Zebra. Hang on. Okay, hang on. Back up so I can actually hit them. Oh wait, he's going to be knocked into space though. Let's see a bonus off him. No room to spin around here. What a tiny, sad little chunk. There we go. Times 2,000. There we go. That's how to do it. Green scene. We'll think about green scene as we get closer to the later waves to really stack that properly, but for now we'll continue this. Yeah. Just spin slam is the main option. Spin shot is the auxiliary option that we would prefer not to rely on. That's the way to play it. Plutonium, simple enough.
I knew we could do it.
Yeah, and we still have a nice goal bonus. Then, spend some chips. Yeah, but the energy is mostly not an issue, but I think we should still max it out. Especially now that we have a little bit of juice to work with. But we just don't need to worry about Zebra uptime and tracking it and paying attention. We're much better off. What was... hang on. What's the current objective? Buzzoids. Oh, it's just one buzzoid, though. I don't know if this is going to matter too much. Let's keep going spinning beat. Okay, where was that objective? Over here. Well, we got 40 seconds. We might as well just take one warp.
Should we go there?
I think we left that banana alone much earlier.
Skill back.
Not that we're using Kong armor, but still helpful to have some perks. Okay. Did that hit? Yes, it did, but in the water. Oh well. Got it. Squealo is right over there. Great, this is going to be a spin slime moment, for sure. And with the disc if we can. Let's recharge the Zebra just to not have to worry about that. There we go, times 3k. Who's next? Yeah, let's Collect first. We should actually pump collecting at this point. Just because of the way things are getting scattered. Okay. Push. There we go. Times 3k. Yeah, pure spin slam seems to be working out very well for us. And we've even got some Crocoys coming. Very close by, so we'll take the disc over there as well. After we collect a little bit. Let's not fall off into the water this time. Just one Crocoid. Oh, accidentally threw the disc. Oh well, that's fine. Let's grab something. Anything to work with here. Oh. Receiver's still running around too much. Okay. Right, spin. There we go. Where'd it even go? Times 35k scattered somewhere. Lumps. Warp to that.
Should we go there?
And pump some pulses along the way. Now at this point, wave 8. Let's take green scene. And let's take more collecting. Okay. Oh, nope. Oh. Terrible. Just watch it blow to run over that. Over this little mistake here. Let's just be a little patient about this. Not that we need a banana here, but we were waiting for an objective here anyway, so kind of made sense. Spare a few seconds since we're not going anywhere else. Then, yeah, we can just push through terrain over there, perhaps. It's Crocoids, so we'll go with a spin slam kill again. Actually, given time on a Slayer, do we want to warp? No, I don't think we do. Let's go Zebra all the way over. Yeah, let's get green scene to cover the rest of the run. And then we should be in good shape. Now we need to grab some stone here and spin into this guy. No, not this way. No. Right. There we go. Of course, the other one just had to fall off and deny us about 100k just from falling. Lumps. At this point, let's just roll as many goals as we can.
Should we go there?
Where are the buzzoids anyway? We'll need to warp to them. On this side or on that side? This side's fine.
Should we go there?
Okay, buzzoids will want to try to set up spin shot, but could be tricky, so. Oh, come on. Couldn't throw it at all. Where'd it go? We got some kind of percentage off of it. That's fine. We'll do whatever else we can. Hey, you know what? We can also do peekaboo boys slamming, and that gives us a nice pretty pile. Very pretty pile, in fact. Okay, as long as we don't totally blow it, I think we'll make the million. Not going to overshoot it very much, but we'll not complain too much about it. That's 3k off some buzzoids in the wild. Seems ideal. Crocoids at the Salvager's Landing entrance. There we go.
Should we go there?
Yeah, Crocoids are actually the easiest thing to work with here. Oh, except we need Zebra. Come on. Trigger. Too far away. Nope. That's what we needed, the massive disc earlier. We're just not getting this at all. Come on. Nope. Couldn't get it. Couldn't get it. Couldn't get a single one of those bonuses. We kept falling into pits. That should have given me like 200k each on those. And we didn't get anything. They would have blown to run, actually, if we're not careful. That might have actually blown to run, like the fact that we didn't kill those properly.
Should we go there?
We've got 40 seconds left and no warps, like that could blow to run. That's really unfortunate. Well, it's going to be close, and it should be close. Yeah, it shouldn't have been this close because we did a lot that was right. We are over the million. Let's just not lose. And take a deduction from damage or something. Crocoids, that's a good bit of points if we can get to them. They're a little bit far. But each one of them can give us about a 4,000 bonus at least at this point, and so if we can do it, we will. It's just this one attack. Oh, come on. Screen is so soft it doesn't do anything for us. Okay, let's just kill it. Yeah, that's the thing, is that it was easy with something hard like the disc, but if you have stone that's so soft, it breaks before you can actually do the complete spin, and so we don't get the massive bonus we were asking for. We are over a million, but it should have been a lot higher, just given how well we played in the early waves compared to before. But we had multiple Crocoids in a row where we were getting sub 100 instead of times 4k. And that was very unfortunate. And so we're barely over the million.
We did it! We did it! That was incredible!
Okay, well, it is over at least. We really should have been up there with a far greater cushion, and I think we'll see that when we look at the chart for how little we managed to accumulate in the final waves. At least it's done. Okay, well, we managed that. And then I assume Winky's with the other Super Nintendo DKC companions, who I think are mostly arrayed by the Kong Hut. Zebra Bonanza, of course, is with the complete set of Bonanza transformations. That is right over here, so. And where is it? Here we are. Looking very fierce. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I feared, actually. I mean, ironically, the event that has taken the most attempts for us so far was the elephant one on Tempest, which is kind of strange because elephant is my most used power in this mode. Under most circumstances, our bread and butter build. Whereas Zebra, I essentially didn't learn the mechanics until today. Just like the Kong Bonanza Kong Armor one a few weeks ago, as I mentioned before. Anyway, here's the whole set. On guard, Espresso, Winky, Rattly, and Ellie with this DK Island barrel over here that we are having so much trouble balancing on top of. Now we're fairly early in the stream by my usual standards. So the question is whether we want to run any of the DK challenge material. I might not today, actually. I think because I do want to make a focused effort on the rest of them. So it's all of the second tier, all the gold card challenges that we have to do. So the boss rush, the finale level, the racing layer time benchmark, which I don't even remember what my record was for that, and the other city smashing one, and there might be one that I'm forgetting. I think there is one I'm forgetting. There were 5 of them. We are very early by my usual standards, as I said, but I actually don't know if I'll attempt those today. I think I need to kind of refamiliarize myself with the base game a little bit more before we attempt those properly. So we may actually just call it really early today and leave it as is. Sometimes in the past, of course, we've pushed a lot of the more challenging layers here, like how we previously got in DK Island up to 7 and everything else up to 5 or more. And eventually I will want to get everything up to the full Emerald Medal for defeating all difficulties, but we had previously struggled quite a bit with the attempts on Lagoon 7, so that'll probably take a little bit of planning and mapping out and a fair bit of re-rolling as well, so I think we will end early today. And maybe the last time we see the Mario Emerald Rush crossover, because that does end this week, and so it just makes sense to pull up the music for that if we can find where it was. All the fractons are hanging out over here. Here we are. Guess we haven't already heard enough of it already today. We'll watch them dance along. We'll dance along ourselves. Yeah, so we'll have an early finish today, but I will definitely be back for at least one more stream of Donkey Kong Bonanza later this week, possibly even as soon as tomorrow. I'll look at what the requirements are once again for the challenges and see if we need to look at anything to relearn the game in anticipation of that, because of course that's back to some of the standard content that I haven't touched in about a year since we finished the base game over a year ago to 100%, and has really been all Emerald Rush ever since, apart from that first set of challenges, so there's a lot that I might not remember. Anyway, we will leave it here today with a barely successful Zebra Challenge in the bag. So thanks for joining me for a shorter stream than usual, but we'll be back with far longer sessions, I'm sure, very, very soon. Thanks for watching, and for lurking or chatting or spectating from whatever distance as we rushed our way through some emeralds yet again. Have a wonderful day ahead of you with whatever it is that you may be up to. And have boys. Fare thee well.